A very good afternoon to you. This is your lunchtime news bulletin coming to you live here on MTV Sports with News First. I'm Shahin Jarampati, your news anchor. Starting off with a look at your headlines. A mother jumped into a well with her children in Vaunia. The 3 children reported dead. Government decides to impose restrictions on importation of potatoes. Australia amends immigration laws. Now for those stories in detail, the police say that a mother had jumped into a well along with her 3 daughters in the Thanikulam area in Vaunia. The 3 children aged 1, 3 and 4 years died in the incident which occurred this morning. The mother was hospitalized. Meanwhile, a fire that erupted in a thatched house in the Puliankara area in Mukunawatawa, Namadampe claimed the life of an infant. According to the police, the fire is suspected to have erupted after the victim's mother had left the house. Now, officials suspect that the fire may have erupted from the stove in the house. The victim has been identified as Samira Dias, who was 1 year and 3 months old. Now, also making headlines this afternoon, the Australian government has amended its refugee policy on Sri Lankans and political refugees that arrive in Australia. According to the amendments, the legal protection accorded to individuals who arrive in Australia seeking political refuge will be discarded. According to the BBC, any political refugee that arrives in Australia could be sent to the islands of Nauru or Papua New Guinea for processing. According to the previous regulations, only individuals who land in islands in the Oceania region and not the mainland can be deported to the centres located in Nauru and Papua New Guinea for immigration processing. Well, the government has decided to impose restrictions on the importation of potatoes. Thereby, permission to import potatoes will only be granted to individuals who purchase potatoes from local farmers as well. According to the Ministry of Agriculture, this step was taken to safeguard local farmers as well as promote the growth of potato cultivations. Secretary to the Ministry W.A. Sakala Surya notes that the decision was reached at the Presidential Task Force meeting presided by Minister Basil Rajapaksa yesterday. According to statistics, the monthly consumption of potatoes in Sri Lanka stands at 12,000 metric tons. Well, what are your comments on this story? Well, you can share your views on the News First Facebook page and on YouTube. Now, for more local news, are all those who wear white clothes clean and pure? Minister Maithripala Sirisena commented on this at an event held yesterday.
Ada පෞල් සෞඛ්‍ය සේවා නිලධාරිනියන් විදියට ඔබ ඇඳලා ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ ඔක්කොම සුදු ඇඳුම.
You have come dressed in white today as family health service officers. I am dressed in white too. When a person usually asks why white clothes are worn, the answer given is that white clothes display a sense of cleanliness. This may be true physically, but identifying whether a person is pure or clean spiritually merely because that person is dressed in white clothes is not easy. I am not going to speak on whether all politicians who dress in white clothes are pure or transparent in their political activities.
දේශපාලකෙක් විදියට පවිත්‍රද විනිවිදභාවයෙන් යුක්තද කියන කාරණාව ගැන මම කතා කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ නැහැ මෙතන.
Appointment letters were presented to 300 family health service officers at an event held at the Youth Services Council Auditorium in Maharagama. Well, the Sirasa Vesak Kalapia will be held this year as well in the environs of the MTV MBC head office down Bearbrick Place, Colombo 2. Now, the Sirasa Vesak Kalapia will include an exposition of the sacred relics of Lord Buddha's 2 disciples, Arhat Saryut and Arhat Mugalan, Sri Lanka's longest pandal and Vesak Bhaktigi. Work on the Sirasa Vesak Kalapia commenced today at an auspicious time, giving priority to religious observances. The Vesak Kalapia is being organized by MTV MBC and the Capital Maharaja organization. The Vesak Kalapia will be held from the 24th to the 26th of this month.
මාධ්‍ය ආයතනයක් හැටියට
As a media organization that can bring together a large group of people and create a public opinion, the Citizen Media Network has been conducting this Vesak Kalapaya over the past few years. We are glad that the Vesak Kalapaya keeps improving with each year. I hope that everyone will be able to accomplish their task successfully.
ප්‍රස්තාව සැලසේවා කියලා ප්‍රාර්ථනා.
Moving on to other local news, Minister of Education Bandula Gunawardena says that issues have arisen when organizing religious events in schools on the 23rd of this month ahead of Vesak Poya Day. Now, the minister made this statement during a function held in Kalatara yesterday. The event was held to distribute educational equipment for peer events in the Kalatara district.
මං සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඇමතිවරයෙක් වශයෙන් තීන්දුවක් කරන් වැඩපිළිවෙලක් සකස් කරාම වෙනස් කරන්නේ
As a minister, when I reach a decision and to formulate a plan, I will only change it on two instances. One is if His Excellency the President, as the head of state, asks me to do so, and two is if the Mahasangha extends a request. Over the past few days, members of the clergy as well as principals began speaking to me about a major problem. I was informed that it was difficult to bring monks for events in schools due to the commitments the monks have at temples. I would like to say that I will take a decision which will resolve this issue for parents, students as well as the Mahasangha.
නායකත්වයේ දෙන පාසු වෙන තීරණයක් ගන්නට කටයුතු කරන බව ශාසනාලයෙන් දැනුම් දෙන්න කැමැතියි.
The body of an individual was discovered this morning in a waterway of the Dadiro Oya project. The Kobaigane police said the deceased has been identified as a 26-year-old resident of the Idurua area in Bentara. The individual who had arrived at a hotel in Kobaigane along with a friend to attend a wedding was later reported missing. Our correspondent said the deceased was a Navy officer. The police confirmed that the deceased... And that brings it end to your lunchtime news bulletin. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Shah Rangpati. Goodbye and take care.